Hey guys, I'm Breezy,
And I'm Rybash.
and this is yet another version of the Stanley Parable.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Oh,
Perhaps
yes.
he had simply missed a memo.
The meeting room.
I wonder if
So-
you're ever able to get into any of those other rooms.
I don't know.
Maybe in the future.
When
All right.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right. So we've done the right quite a few times.
Well, yeah.
Well, maybe there'll be other options that we could try.
Why does that door not have anything written on it?
Which one? The one?
That
this
one,
one?
I don't know. It's probably nothing.
Eh,
Yeah.
Maybe in another dimension we can open it.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up
There's
to
that
his
broom
boss's
closet.
office,
Oh,
hoping he
yeah.
might find an answer there.
Woo! Room closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, don't get it.
What?
Go back in. Why are you listening to him?
Oh, well, there's nothing in here. There's a broom. There's a bucket. There's a hose.
Can you close the
There
door?
was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
Back
Yeah.
up.
No reason to still be here.
Wow.
Okay. We are in the closet. Now what?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing
There's
there
nothing.
doing sweet FA.
Don't leave.
Well, but there's nothing
Are
in
you
here.
really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Well,
Because we like it. We don't have to listen to your lies.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the
I'm sure
story
it gets some of this stuff,
whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
okay. Should I pick up some
Maybe
of
to
these
you
tools?
this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I love the laughy face.
Yeah.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh my
He probably only got the
gosh.
job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
He's mean.
Man, he really
It's
wants to
very
shame
mean.
you.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species.
You know, he's-
Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
So he's admitting at this point that
Yeah, we're
somebody's
dead.
playing, that
Yeah.
there's a human
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
a game.
But we died at the keyboard. It's the only reason.
Okay, I think it's safe to move on. So let's.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Okay.
Oh, here's the choice.
Oh. I'm going downstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, no, we didn't. Ooh. What's this?
Okay, so you can't go down there.
Car?
Ooh, there's a car. Let's get out of here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I
Wait a minute.
am crazy. All of my coworkers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made
Okay.
any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Does that change a little
For
bit?
example, why
Yeah.
couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, weird.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field. And it too appeared. It was so much fun. And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
I've been wondering that.
Now
for a
the
while.
voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
Huh?
How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever
Do you think
been
there's ever
in
an
his
end to
life.
this?
I feel like
Now,
it will
hearing the
end
voice
when he
speak these
decides to
words
stop
was quite
talking.
a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was
I
in
mean,
fact a
maybe
dream.
one
Did
day
the voice
we'll-
not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Mm-hmm.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
No.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Oh wait, I can
the
still
fresh
move.
air
Yeah.
of the world outside
I can
this
still
one.
look. I just can't move
Let
forward.
me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I
looking
must be. Can
weird.
anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
I have a feeling that...
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Huh?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Probably Stanley.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Well.
Already this was
So,
uncomfortable,
we get
and Stanley
another
decided that
choice.
as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Oh, that was different. He said wait.
Found a space he
When
felt
Stanley
safe
came to a
in.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But I want to see what's in here.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Yeah.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
What does that lounge look like now? Looks
The
pretty much
lounge
the
was
same.
sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Don't do it.
Okay, we won't do it. Okay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's
looking kind of
incredible he
the
wasn't 5
same.
years ago.
I wish there was a way to crawl up those boxes and over.
Go out on the thing. Can you make it off of
Look,
the...
Stanley, I think
So
perhaps
get
you've
over on the
gotten
edge,
off
the right
Oh,
side.
I see what you're
No,
saying.
Go right. Turn
Go
right.
right this way?
Yeah, and then you'll
I
have to
realize
walk
that
straight when it
investing
gets
your
over
trust
top
in
of the...
someone else can be difficult.
Okay.
But the fact is that the story has
look
been about
down.
nothing but you all this time.
Here we
There's
go.
someone you've been neglecting,
Here we go.
Stanley.
Now.
Someone you forgot.
Oh!
Really?
Yes.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want
This is
something
awesome.
bad to happen to you?
Oh, I can't go
Why,
that way.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
Yes.
let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Does that say danger everywhere?
Yeah.
That was a door.
All right. There's another door. There's a door there. Ooh, it's boarded up.
Stairs.
Everything's boarded up.
Now listen carefully, this
Oh.
is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Do it again.
Blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through
White
the
door.
red door.
No, blue door.
Blue door.
Yes!
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.